Good evening, one and all. We welcome you all to the international webinar series on holistic health, well-being, and sustainable development 2022-2023. Commemorating Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, nation celebrating 76 years of independence, United Nations Sustainable Development Goals 2015 to 2030 as part of awareness and campaigns in collaboration with Sri Holistic Health Foundation India and Sri Research Institute Center for Arts, Sciences and Well-being. Before we start our sessions, let's take the blessings of Almighty.
कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः.
With the blessings of Almighty, we shall continue with today's commemorations. Today is a very important day, especially for India and also Indian continent and also to the planet. And it's a great loss also on this day that we lost our Vikram Sarabhai, who is none other than a great Indian physicist and astronomer who initiated the space research program and helped to develop nuclear power in India. So he was honored Padma Bhushan in 1996 and Padma Vibhushan posthumously in 1972. So let's look into the brief profile of Vikram Sarabhai. He is son of Ambalal Sarabhai. He came from the well-known Sarabhai family from India who were major industrialists committed to the Indian independence movement. Vikram Sarabhai married the classical dancer Mrinalini in 1942. The couple had two children. His daughter Mallika gained prominence as an actress and activist, and his son Kartikeya too became an active person in science. During his lifetime, he practiced Jainism. He attended Gujarat College, Ahmedabad, but later moved to the University of Cambridge, England, where he took his tripos in natural sciences in 1940. In 1945, he returned to Cambridge to pursue his PhD and wrote a thesis, Cosmic Ray Investigations in Tropical Latitudes, in 1947. Known as the cradle of space sciences in India, the Physical Research Laboratory, in short known as PRL, was founded in 1947 by Vikram Sarabhai. PRL had a modest beginning at his residence, the Retreat, with research on cosmic rays. The institution was formally established at the MG Science Institute, Ahmedabad, on 11th November 1947 with the support of the Kurukshetra Educational Foundation and the Ahmedabad Educational Society. Kalpati Ramakrishna Ramanathan, who was the first director of the institute. The initial focus was on research on cosmic rays and the properties of the upper atmosphere. Research areas were expanded to include theoretical physics and radio physics. Later, with grants from the Atomic Energy Commission, he led the Sarabhai family-owned business conglomerate. His interest varied from science to sports to statistics. He set up the Operational Research Group, ORG, the first market research organization in the country. Most notable among the many institutes that he helped set up are Nehru Foundation for Development in Ahmedabad, the Indian Institute of Management, Ahmedabad, the Ahmedabad Textile Industries Research Association, in short known as ATIRA, ATIRA, and the SEPT, along with his wife, Mrundalini Sarabhai. He founded Darpana Academy of Performing Arts. Other projects and institutions initiated or established by him include the Fast Breeder Test Reactor in Kalpakkam, Variable Energy Cyclotron Project in Calcutta, Electronic Corporation of India Limited, ECAL, in Hyderabad, Uranium Corporation of India Limited, UCIL, in Jaduguda, Jharkhand. Sarabhai started a project for the fabrication and launch of an Indian satellite. As a result, the first Indian satellite, Aryabhatta, was put into the orbit in 1975 from a Russian cosmodrome. He was the founder of Indian Space Research Organization, in short known as ISRO. On December 30, 1971, that is, on this day in the year 1971, Sarabhai was to review the SLV design before his departure for Bombay. The same night, he had spoken to APJ Abdul Kalam on the telephone. Within an hour of the conversation, Sarabhai died at the age of 52 due to cardiac arrest in Trivandrum, now known as Thiruvananthapuram, in Kerala. His body was cremated in Ahmedabad. On this day, we lost a great scientist who have advanced our nation to manifolds in the science and nuclear energy and space research. So he held various distinguished positions, like he was president for the physics section, Indian Science Congress, 1962, was president of the General Conference of the IAEA, Vienna, 1970. He was also chairman of the Atomic Energy Commission of India, 1966 to 1971. He was vice president, 4th UN Conference on Peaceful Uses of Atomic Energy, 1971. And he was also founder and chairman for Space Applications Center in between 1963 to 1971. And he had left behind the legacy, the Vikram Sarabhai Space Center, in short known as VSSC, which is the Indian Space Research Organization's lead facility for launch of vehicle development, located in Thiruvananthapuram. Trivandrum, capital of Kerala state, is named in his memory. Along with other Ahmedabad-based industrialists, he played a major role in setting up of the Indian Institute of Management, Ahmedabad. Indian Postal Department released a commemorative postal stamp on his first death anniversary on 30 December 1972. In 1973, the International Astronomical Union decided that a lunar crater, Bezel A, in the Sea of Serenity will be known as the Sarabhai crater. The lander on India's moon mission, Chandrayaan-2, which was to land near the south pole of the moon on September 20, 2019, was named Vikram in his honor. Vikram A. Sarabhai Community Science Center, in short known as VASCSC, located in Ahmedabad, Gujarat, is named after him. Vikram Sarabhai established this institute around the 1960s. Former World Quiz champion Vikram Joshi was named after him. A space museum was dedicated to him at BM Birla Science Center, Hyderabad on 26 July 2019. The museum was curated by Pranav Sharma. ISRO's Vikas rocket engine is named after him. On his 100th birthday on 12th August 2019, the Indian Space Research Organization, in short known as ISRO, announced an award in the name of Vikram Sarabhai. The Vikram Sarabhai Journalism Award in Space Science Technology and Research will be given to those journalists who have contributed to the fields of space science, application, and research. On 12th August 2019, Google's Doodle for India commemorated Sarabhai's 100th birth anniversary on 30 September 2020. ACK Media, along with ISRO, released a book, namely Vikram Sarabhai, Pioneering Indian Space Program. It was released in Amar Chitra Kada's digital platform and merchandise. A 2022 web series, Rocket Boys, was based on the fictionalized lives of Sarabhai and Homji Baba, played by Ishwak Singh and Jim Sarp respectively. So you can watch this web series, which gives you a glimpse. It's not exactly, but fiction is also part of the web series, but you'll understand the efforts, the kind of environment that was prevailing, and the kind of efforts it was put by Vikram Sarabhai and his team. In 2022, film Rocketry, The Nambi Effect, based on Nambi Narayan's life, Sarabhai was played by Rajit Kapoor in the Hindi version, by the Ravi Raghavendra in the Tamil version. So you can watch this movie as well, Rocket Nambi Effect. In these two, you can see the kind of contributions they have made, in science, a glimpse of it, not entirely. Nehru Foundation for Development, NFD, in short, is a charitable trust dedicated to the rural development and environment awareness. It was founded by Vikram Sarabhai in 1965. The foundation is dedicated to promoting basic environmental education and thinking on current problems of development at individual and society level. The main objective of the foundation is to help encourage participation in the development of ideas, proposals relating to the problems of development via various methods. NFD runs a number of educational activities in the fields such as mathematics and science. These activities are guided by the councils of management consisting of eminent people in the respective field across the country. So its focus is on sustainable development, education, mathematics, science, and nutrition, which is located in Ahmedabad, Gujarat, India. So the key persons behind this foundation, charitable trust, is Vikram Sarabhai and Mrinalini Sarabhai. The various activities of the NFD are carried out by the affiliated institutions such as Vikram Sarabhai Community Center, in short known as VASCSC, Vikasit, that is Vikram Sarabhai Center for Development Interaction, Chetana, Center for Health, Education, Training and Nutrition Awareness, CEE, Center for Environment Education, and Kamir. Kamir is a joint venture, joint initiative of the NFD, Confederation of Indian Industry, and Kutch Navnirman Abhiyan, which is supported by the government of Gujarat for conservation in the areas of craft, environment, and heritage in Kutch district. Kamir has been set up as an education, training, demonstration, and interpretation facility. So Vikram A. Sarabhai Community Science Center is a science center. It is located in Ahmedabad, Gujarat, India. And Vikram Sarabhai Center for Development Interaction, in short known as VICSAT, was set up in the year 1977 as an activity of the NFD to carry out environment improvement activities. The objectives of the organization include promote and strengthen people's institutions, PIs, for natural resource management, NRM, involve or evolve innovative participatory NRM strategies for dissemination and scaling up, work towards effective participation of the communities, especially women and community organizations, in policy forums, strive for developing appropriate and enabling legal and policy frameworks, facilitate technology and information access and transfer in NRM, network with government organizations, non-governmental organizations, NGOs, and peoples and other technical institutions for the above. Over the last 35 plus years, VICSAT has worked at grassroots level with communities in their local regions towards developing models which ensure sustainability of livelihoods through natural resource management. To enhance meaningful participation in natural resource management, VICSAT has been working towards imparting skills related to management, institution building, resource generation, and other support. At present, VICSAT have 5 field offices in 4 districts of Gujarat, namely Biloda, Keroj in Sabarkantha district, Satlasana in Mehsana district, Kukuma in Kanch district, and Radhanpur in Patan district, with the head office located in Ahmedabad, Gujarat. The primary activity areas of VICSAT are natural resource management, sustainable livelihoods through intensive intervention on forestry, land, water, sustainable agriculture, biodiversity, policy advocacy, and women empowerment. VICSAT's Council of Management is currently chaired by Professor Dr. M.S. Swaminathan, the renowned scientist and the leader of Green Revolution in India. The main thrust areas of VICSAT include, as already mentioned, to enhance meaningful participation in NRM, VICSAT has been working towards imparting community skills related to group organization, institution building, training, and other resource support. Various achievements include participation in World Summit on Sustainable Development 2002. VICSAT received a prestigious national award, Indra Priyadarshini Vrikshamitra Puraskar, in 1997 from Ministry of Environment of Forests, New Delhi. The award is recognition of exceptional contributions in the field of afforestation and wastelands development. VICSAT promoted Sri Janjhar Mata, TGCS, Malekpur received a prestigious national award, Indira Priyadarshini Vrikshamitra Puraskar in 2002 from Ministry of Environment and Forests, New Delhi, in village level institution categories. VICSAT selected as a finalist in the Development Marketplace Global Competition 2006, Partner Global Water Partnership 2006. VICSAT promoted Sri Ashapura TGCS, Nanakotsana got Gram Sangatan Paritoshik 2005 from Development Support, Ahmedabad. Center for Environment Education, or CEE, was established in 1984 with the support from Ministry of Environment and Forest. The primary objective of CEE is to improve public awareness and understanding of the environment with a view to promoting the conservation, sustainable use of nature and natural resources. Indian Institute of Management, IIM Ahmedabad, or in short known as IMA, is an Indian business school located in Ahmedabad, Gujarat, India, as one of the India's premier institution of Indian Institutes of Management. The school has been accorded the status of Indian Institute of National Importance by the Ministry of Human Resources, Government of India in 2017. It is widely regarded as a leading business school in India and one of the most prestigious business schools in the world. Established in 1961, the institute offers master's degrees programs in management and agribusiness management, a fellowship program, and a number of executive training programs. The institute's founding director is Raviraj J. Mittai, and other notable founding figures were Indian physicist Vikram Sarabhai, Indian businessman Kasturibai Lalbai, and Indian educator Kamla Chowdhury. The logo of the institute has the motif of the tree of life. The logo is inspired by a carved stone lattice work jali in the 16th century. The Ahmedabad Textile Industries Research Association, commonly known as ATIRA, is an autonomous non-profit association for the textile research located in the Navarangpura area of Ahmedabad, India. It is the largest association for the textile research and allied industries in India, established on 13 December 1947 and started in 1949. Atira was recognized by the Council of Scientific and Industrial Research under the Ministry of Science and Technology, Government of India. It was later linked to the Ministry of Textiles. The idea of Atira was convened by Vikram Sarabhai, Kasturibai Lalbai, and Shanti Swarup Bhatnagar. Atira was founded in 1947. Vikram Sarabhai served as its first honorary director. The foundation stone The foundation stone for the Atira complex was laid by Vallabhai Patel on 1st November 1950, which was inaugurated by then Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru on the completion on 10th April 1954. Darpana Academy of Performing Arts is a school of performing arts in Ahmedabad, Gujarat, established by Mrunalini Sarabhai and Vikram Sarabhai in 1949. It has been directed by their daughter Mallika Sarabhai for the last 3 decades. The school organizes a 3-day inter-arts, the Vikram Sarabhai International Arts Festival at Ahmedabad every year. It celebrates its golden jubilee. It celebrated its golden jubilee on 28th December 1998 with the announcement of the annual Mrunalini Sarabhai Award for Classical Excellence in the field of classical dance. While Darpana is the Hindi word for mirror, the use here also references the Abhinaya Darpana, the mirror of gestures. Nandi Keshawara's ancient text upon Indian stagecraft and dance. The Darpana Academy of Performing Arts, which was founded by Vikram Sarabhai and his wife Mrinalini Sarabhai, the work in using arts for social change began at Darpan in 1960s. Darpan's puppeteers started working with the Central Ministry of Rural Development in teaching village women and use of smokeless stove. The theatre department, then run by Kailash Pandya, created a play called Ma to rally people to the war effort of Mrinalini Sarabhai. In a radical departure from the spiritual court to the classical Bharatnatyam, used the style to talk the horror of dowry violence. Over the years, two departments were established to focus the work using the arts for change, Darpana for development in 1980, today run by actor activist Jignesh Patel, and Darpana Communication in 2001, run by filmmaker Yadavan Chandran. In addition, in 2009, Kranti, Citizens Resource and Action Initiative, was formed to give practical guidance to citizens to use the laws and tools available to them to fight their own battles and to train people in the use of the Right to Information Act to solve daily problems of access and justice. Run by Bharat Singh Jala. During the last 3 decades, these departments have worked on over 51 projects all over India, reaching out to 12.5 million people. The work has been in areas ranging from public health, women empowerment, gender issues, and education to the environment, human rights, communal harmony, good governance, citizens' participation in democracy, race, gender, and disability. Through the use of television and film, theoretical and street performance, quizzes and debates, puppets and board games, they have been able to effectively talk about a range of sensitive issues from women and violence to religious intolerance and environment, health, human rights, corruption, and justice. The Academy received UNESCO sponsorship to offer artist residency program in 1999, 2000, and 2005 to 2007. The Academy was also listed by UNESCO, an institution active in protection of the world culture and natural heritage, and thereby invited to attend subsequent intergovernmental committee meetings. In 1962, Achyut Kavinde was commissioned by Sarabhai to design the building of the academy. This academy offers courses in Indian classical dance, Bharatnatyam, Indian classical vocal, Mridangam, violin and flute, puppetry and martial art, Kalaripayattu. Its departments range from performance and teaching of the arts to the use of performance and arts as development communication through face-to-face impact and software production. The drama section under acting duo Kailash Pandya and Damini Mehta is responsible for more than 100 productions of a wide variety. Darpana attracted young writers and staged their first scripts, making them an integral part of the production efforts. Some of the names can be mentioned as Madurai, Labh Shankar Thakar, Shrikant Shah, Subhash Shah, Chinu Modi, Hasmukh Baradi, and many more. It also conducted theatre training courses for over 2 decades. Its research wing, Janvak, published monographs in Govardhan Panchals on Bhavai. Darpana has also built an experimental trust auditorium, Natrani, reminiscent of Greek amphitheaters on the bank of river Sabarmati. Electronics Corporation of India Limited, in short known as ECIL, is a public sector enterprise under the Department of Atomic Energy, established on 11th April 1967 by A.S. Rao at Hyderabad under the Prime Ministership of Srimati Indira Gandhi to create a strong indigenous base in electronics. ECIL is a multi-product, multidisciplinary organization with focus on indigenous nuclear energy, space, and defense sectors. ECIL also has a strong presence in indigenous electronic security, communications, networking, and e-governance domains. ECIL has committed partnership with nuclear energy establishments of India, particularly Baba Atomic Research Center, in short known as BARC, Nuclear Power Corporation of India Limited, NPCIL, and Indira Gandhi Center for Atomic Research, IGCAR. ECIL has also actively supports other strategic sectors such as indigenous defense, Indian ordnance factories, Defense Research and Development Organization, DRDO, Space Department of Space India, Civil Aviation, Information and Broadcasting, Telecommunications, Insurance, Banking, Police and Paramilitary Forces, Oil and Gas, Power, Space Education, Health, Agriculture, Steel and Coal, and many more. ECIL is credited with producing the first indigenous digital computers, TDC 312 and TDC 316, solid state TV, control and instrumentation for nuclear power plants, and the first Earth station antenna of India. ECIL won Environment Protection Award for the year 2012 in the category Research and Development and Other Units Group. Present product range of ECIL includes aviation sector, provides scanning machines, security systems for airports, nuclear sector, control and instrumentation products for nuclear power plants, integrated security systems for nuclear installations, radio monitoring instruments, secured network of all Department of Atomic Energy India units via satellite. Space sector, ECIL manufactures radio telescopes such as MACE. Defense sector, various types of fuses, VUHF radio communication equipment, electronics warfare systems and derivatives, thermal batteries and space special components of missile projects, precision server components like gyros, missile support control and command systems, training simulators, stabilized antenna and tracking for light combat aircraft, detection and pre-detonation of explosive devices, jammers with direction finding abilities. Are the product range in defense sector, in medical sector, medical equipment such as ultrasound scanning machines, autoclave with dressing drum and fetal Doppler. In communication sector, electronic voting machines, which we use for voting in elections, EVMs, voter verified paper audit trail, totalizer, wireless local loop, WLL systems, antenna products, ECL energy meters or electricity meters, X-ray baggage inspection system for airports, computer hardware, software and services, and computer education services. The company has a human resource pool of approximately 3,000 engineers and technicians. ISRO, the Indian Space Research Organization, is a national space agency of India. It operates as the primary research and development arm of Department of Space, in short known as DOS, which is directly overseen by the Prime Minister of India, with the chairman of ISRO also acts as the executive of DOS. ISRO is primarily responsible for performing tasks related to space-based operations, space exploration, international space cooperation, and development of related technologies. ISRO is one of the 6 government space agencies in the world that possess full launch capabilities, can deploy cryogenic engines, can launch extraterrestrial missions, and operate a large fleet of artificial satellites. ISRO is one of the 4 government space agencies to have soft landing uncrewed capabilities. ISRO was previously known as the Indian National Committee for Space Research, INCOSPAR, set up under Jawaharlal Nehru on the suggestions of Dr. Vikram Sarabhai in 1962, recognizing the need for space research. In INCOSPAR, grew and became ISRO in 1969 with the Department of Atomic Energy, DAE. In 1972, Government of India set up a space commission and the DOS, bringing ISRO under it. The establishment of ISRO thus institutionalized space research activities in India. It has been managed by DOS, which also governs various other institutions in India in the domain of astronomy and space technology. ISRO's built India's first satellite, Aryabhatta, was launched by the Soviet Space Agency, Intercosmos, in 1975. In 1980, ISRO launched satellite RS-1 onboard SLV-3, making India the seventh country to be capable of undertaking orbital launches. SLV-3 was followed by ASLV, which was subsequently succeeded by the development of many medium lift launch vehicles, rocket engines, satellite systems, and networks, enabling the agency to launch hundreds of domestic and foreign satellites and various deep space missions for space exploration. ISRO has the world's largest constellation of remote sensing satellites and operates the Gagan and IRNSS NAVIC satellite navigation systems. It has sent 3 missions to the moon and 1 to Mars. ISRO's programs have played a significant role in the socio-economic development of India and have supported both civilian and military domain in various aspects, including disaster management, telemedicine, and navigation and reconnaissance missions. ISRO's spin-off technologies have founded many crucial innovations for India's engineering and medical industries. Modern science research in India can be traced to 1920s when scientist S.K. Mitra conducted a series of experiments surrounding the ionosphere through the ground-based radio in Kolkata. Later, Indian scientists like C.V. Raman and Meghnad Saha contributed to the scientific principles applicable in space sciences. After 1945, important developments were made in the coordinated space research in India by 2 scientists, Vikram Sarabhai, founder of the Physical Research Laboratory at Ahmedabad, and Homji Baba, who established Tata Institute of Fundamental Research in 1945. Initial experiments in space sciences included the study of cosmic radiation, high altitude and airborne testing, deep underground experimentation at the Kolar mines, one of the deepest mining sites in the world, and the studies of upper atmosphere. These studies were done at research laboratories, universities, and independent locations. In 1950, the Department of Atomic Energy was founded with Baba as its secretary. It provided funding for space research throughout India. During the time, tests continued on aspects of meteorology and Earth's magnetic field, a topic that had been studied in India since the establishment of Colaba Observatory in 1823. In 1954, the Aryabhatta Research Institute of Observational Sciences, ARIS, was established in the foothills of Himalayas. The Rangpur Observatory was set up in 1957 at Osmania University, Hyderabad. Space research was further encouraged by the government of India in 1957. The Soviet Union launched Sputnik 1 and opened up the possibilities for the rest of the world to conduct a space launch. The Vikram Sarabhai Space Center, in short known as VSSC, is a major space research center of the Indian Space Research Organization, focusing on rocket and space vehicles for India's satellite program. It is located in Trivandrum in the state of Kerala. The center had its beginnings as a Tumba Equatorial Rocket Launching Station, in short known as TERLS, in 1962. It was renamed in the honor of Vikram Sarabhai, often regarded as the father of Indian space program. HGS Murthy was appointed as its first director of Tumba Equatorial Rocket Launching System. The Vikram Sarabhai Space Center is one of the main research and development establishments within ISRO. VSSC is an entirely indigenous facility working on the development of sounding rockets. The Rohini and Menaka launchers and SLV, ASLV, PSLV, GSLV, GSLV, Mk3 families of launch vehicles. VSSC made significant contribution to the India's maiden mission to the moon, Chandrayaan-1, and also involved in various achievements. VSSC is involved in the development of air-breathing vehicles. A reusable launch vehicle technology demonstrator is under development, which will be tested soon. VSSC also has programs focused on application of science technology, including village resource centers, telemedicine, teleeducation, disaster management, support, and outreach through direct-to-home television broadcasts. So, as mentioned, to easily grasp the gist along with fiction, you can watch the web series Rocket Boys, which is a that you can watch it in various languages like Hindi and also Telugu and various other languages. It was released on 4th February 2022 exclusively on Sony Live. Now it is worth watching. Even I watched. So Rocket Boys Season 2 was released on 16th May 2023 exclusively on Sony Live. So the synopsis for Season 1 and Season 2 in short. Rocket Boys is a story of two extraordinary men, Dr. Homji Baba and Dr. Vikram Sarabhai. The story is set around the three crucial decades, 1940s to 1960s, in the history of India and how the nation is moving towards being a strong, brave, and independent nation. It is the story of an independent India's formative years in the field of science. With dreams in their eyes and a vision in their minds, Dr. Homi J. Baba engineered India nuclear program and Dr. Vikram Sarabhai established Indian space program and many other institutions. Their journey also involves Mrinalini Sarabhai, a strong pillar in Dr. Sarabhai's life, and Dr. ABJ Abdul Kalam, who pioneered modern Indian aerospace and nuclear technology. Parwana Irani, a close companion of Dr. Baba. Raza Mehdi, which is not a real person but a fictional character scripted as antagonist for dramatization, a distinguished scientist, and Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, who supported them at every step. The season builds upon their friendship, sacrifice, and great determination, and how everything led to India's first rocket launch. It's emblematic of the journey of India as the country emerges into a new post war world. So it is worth watching. Watch at least once. The second season of Rocket Boys takes place during the early years of independent India when nation was experiencing political unrest, internal power shifts and international organizations keeping a close watch on its aspirations. The series continues the account of extraordinary lives and times of Dr. Homi J. Baba, Dr. Vikram Sarabhai, and Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam as they navigate obstacles in their quest to make India a nuclear power. So the season episodes include in season 1 War and Peace, It's Like Gravity, The Greater Good, A Terrorist with Destiny, The Outsider, A Democratic Process, We Are at War, A New Dawn, 8 episodes in season 1, and season 2, The Liftoff, The Burden of Proof, A Lasting Legacy, The Price of War, Behind Enemy Lines, Power Over Peace, The Last Guard, and The Smiling Buddha. With 8 episodes in season 2, in the 8th episode, it is the India and its experts have just 8 hours to accomplish an impossibly difficult task in the world's greatest race against the time, that is the first nuclear test conducted by India at Pokhran that prevented, in fact, many wars. Two for India. With that test, India acquired the status, the power of the first nuclear bomb was tested, and India became one of the nuclear nations. And this web series was nominated for various awards and also won awards as well. If possible, I will try to play a trailer if I can fetch out. Let me see. The entire web series is available on Sony Live. Okay, you can watch first video. For free. I mean, first episode for free on Sony Live. You can also search YouTube. You might find a few episodes there. Okay, you can watch a trailer of the web series.
The lunatic brown kid is blowing up the courtyard again.
प्रभु रॉबर्ट गॉडर्ड 15 साल पहले ही करिश्मा कर चुके, तो फिर मैं क्यों नहीं कर सकता? अब पीछे आ जाओ, ये फट भी सकता है। Let's drink to that. Unfortunately, हमारे लिए नहीं है. Now, who can tell me what this is? Don't touch those. अब जापान की वजह से हमें रबर नहीं मिल रहा. फिर हम क्या करें, रमन?
Why don't you try using another material? Polyethylene sheets की tensile strength rubber से ज़्यादा है.
What was your major again?
Natural science, sir. But I have a particular interest in physics.
विक्रम साराभाई, तुम एक ब्रिलियंट साइंटिस्ट हो और जो तुम अपने देश के लिए कर सकते हो उस लाखों की भीड़ में और कोई नहीं कर सकता.
आपने नाम नहीं बताया अपना?
मृणालिनी.
It's like gravity. She puts lights on things I didn't know about myself.
Are you going to kiss me, Vikram?
So you're the famous Homi Bhabha.
And you are the
परवाना ईरानी मेरा पूरा नाम.
Parsiest name I've ever heard in my life.
होमी सर तो कॉस्मिक रे यूनिट बंद कर रहे हैं.
Cosmic Ray Unit was the only lab जहाँ मैं अपने रॉकेट बनाने का सपना सच कर सकता था और तुम इसे ही बंद कर रहे हो. I wish I had known you were the selfish man, Homi.
I am a selfish man. Happy? You've been assembling that rocket in your garage for months, for years, in fact. I can't wait around for things to happen to me. The train is leaving the station, my friend. Are you on it? Or have you been left behind?
पंडित जी, मेरा एक प्रपोजल है. इंडिया स्पेस प्रोग्राम सर.
इस वक्त हमारी जरूरतें कुछ और हैं.
कल सुबह 6 बजे चीन की पीपल्स लिबरेशन आर्मी ने भारतीय सीमा पर 2 हमले किए.
Gentlemen, it's the proposal to make India's first atom bomb.
अगर मैं कहूँ होमी नेहरू से छिपकर बम बनाने की कोशिश कर रहा है तो
ये कमेटी सिर्फ एक एडवाइजरी कमेटी है जिसका काम है
to advise the correct use of atomic energy. और इस वक्त देश की सही जरूरत है एक एटॉमिक बम.
देश क्या तुम्हारी?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3,
सर एक एप्लीकेंट आया फॉर एन इंटरव्यू. सर एक बार मिल लीजिए, काफी इंटरेस्टिंग लग रहा है, काफी दूर साउथ से है.
APJ अब्दुल कलाम.
नमस्कार. आकाशवाणी से प्रस्तुत है आज के समाचार. अपरिमित दुख के साथ आपको सूचित किया जाता है कि भारत के प्रधानमंत्री पंडित जवाहरलाल नेहरू का निधन हो गया है. आजादी के 17 साल बाद आज फिर हिंदुस्तान का आने वाला कल धुंधला नजर आ रहा है.
सर ये जो रॉकेट्स आप लॉन्च कर रहे हैं 1 करोड़ से भी ऊपर का खर्चा हो रहा है. ये आम आदमी को कैसे हेल्प कर रहा है? हमें आपका बजट बंद करना पड़ेगा सर. The bomb is a necessity.
पूर्णिमा रिएक्टर नहीं बनेगा, ये मेरा अंतिम निर्णय है.
So we are so close. Let's finish what we started.
Mr. Baba, we had a deal.
Not anymore.
Don't you think we are in trouble?
We are surrounded by trouble. Our neighbors want a piece of our land. Our allies want a share of our profits. And our enemies,
They want us dead.
USSR has a bomb. And China is this close to testing their bomb. So America nahi chahega that we have.
Nuclear bomb?
What's the plan, sir?
सैटेलाइट्स. हम हिंदुस्तान से सैटेलाइट्स लॉन्च करेंगे.
Either Baba can play his games or India can get its space program.
तुम्हारे न्यूक्लियर रिएक्टर का खामियाजा मेरे स्पेस प्रोग्राम को भुगतना पड़ रहा है.
You don't know me at all.
Sadly, I'm the only one who knows you enough. दुश्मन हमारी खामोशी को हमारी कमजोरी समझ बैठा है.
Why is the Indian PM sending a telex to Rajasthan?
It's finally time to take Homi out.
ये लाइफ एंड डेथ का सवाल है, बोल दीजिए उनको अभी.
We want a war. I'll give them one.
How we choose to spend this time will decide if we make history or not.
So we have lost connection with the detonator.
Tamanna has only 45 minutes.
We may have lost this battle, but we will win the war.
क्या हम सच में वो हासिल कर पाएंगे जो हम करना चाहते हैं?
No? That's okay. As long as हम कोशिश करते रहें.
Hope, hope that gave the gist of the entire story of the Rocket Boys, Vikram Sarabhai, Homi J. Baba, and APJ Abdul Kalam and his team had made India a nuclear power and also a leader in science space program. So various other institutions like Physical Research Laboratory. In Hindi, it is known as Bautik Anusandhan Prayogshala, which is a national research institute for space and allied sciences, supported mainly by the Department of Space, Government of India. This research laboratory has ongoing research programs in astronomy and astrophysics, as atmospheric sciences and aeronomy, planetary and geosciences, earth sciences, solar system studies, and theoretical physics. It also manages the Udaipur Solar Observatory and Mount Abu Infrared Observatory. The Physical Research Laboratory was founded on 11th November 1945 by Dr. Vikram Sarabhai. The laboratory had a modest beginning at his residence with research on cosmic rays. So the institute was formally established at the MG Science Institute, Ahmedabad, with support from the Karmakshetra Educational Foundation and the Ahmedabad Educational Society. Professor K.R. Ramanathan was the first director of the institute. The initial focus was research on cosmic rays and the properties of the upper atmosphere. Research areas were expanded to include theoretical physics and radio physics, later with the grants from the United States Atomic Energy Commission. PRL is involved in research related to 5 major fields of science. PRL is also instrumental in Planex planetary science and exploration program. In June 2008, PRL scientists discovered exoplanet EPIC 211945201b or K2236b, located 600 light years away from the Earth. Due to time constraints, we are not getting in detail. Yeah, Sarabai crater is a small circular bowl-shaped crater on the Mare Serenitatis in the northeast quadrant of the Moon. The formation is relatively isolated, being located on the northeast of the crater Bezel. It lies along a wrinkle ridge designated the Dorsum Azara. The crater was named after Indian astrophysicist Vikram Sarabhai in 1973, considered the father of Indian space program. It was previously identified as Bezel A. Space Application Center, SAC, is an institution of research in Ahmedabad under the aegis of Indian Space Research Organization, ISRO. It is one of the major centers of ISRO that is engaged in the research, development, and demonstration of applications of space technology in the field of telecommunications, remote sensing, meteorology, and satellite navigation, SatNav. This includes research and development of onboard systems, ground systems, and end-user equipment, hardware, software. SAC has 3 campuses, both of which are located at Ahmedabad and one at Delhi. The current director of the center is Mr. Nilesh M. Desai. Some of the achievements of the Space Application Center include development of communication and meteorological payloads for INSAT satellites, optical and microwave payloads for IRS satellites. SAC provides its infrastructure to conduct training courses to the students of Center for Space Science and Technology Education in Asia and Asia Pacific, in short known as CSS TEAP. It was also founded by Dr. Vikram Sarabhai. On 19th March 2021, SAC's major breakthrough demonstrated free space quantum communication technology at a distance of 300 meters between 2 buildings through live video conferencing as part of quantum experiments using satellite technology QUEST project. The primary objective is to successfully perform satellite-based quantum communication between the 2 ISRO ground stations. Hardware developed for performing the experiment includes NAVIC receiver for the time synchronization between transmitter and receiver, gimbal mechanism systems as an alternative to larger aperture telescope for optical alignment. So collaborations between SAC Ahmedabad and National Institute of Design, Gujarat began in the early 1970s. So with this, we shall end our commemoration, remembering Vikram Sarabhai, who is one of the great scientists of the world, especially in India, and we have seen his various contributions to the Indian space research program and Indian science program and Indian nuclear program. So we honor and acknowledge and pay tribute to Vikram Sarabhai on his death anniversary. And he will be alive forever in the science fraternity and also among the people of India and peace-loving people on the planet. So today, we are also commemorating Sodium Bicarbonate Day in US. The day acknowledges a fundamental commodity of every household and especially of every kitchen. Bicarbonate of soda is also commonly known as bread soda, cooking soda, and baking soda. These names correspond to its scientific and chemical compound name, which is NaHCO3, also known as sodium bicarbonate. Bicarbonate of the soda is most used chemical compound because of its many practical and effective uses. Sodium bicarbonate is a white powder-like crystalline that usually appears as fine powder when consumed It tastes salty, one that is likened to alkaline water. The earliest uses of substance can be traced back to Egyptian, used as a product called natron, which mainly consisted of sodium bicarbonate. In 1846, the making of baking soda made everything easier for bakers and home cooks. Aside from being used in kitchen, sodium bicarbonate has also been very effective for cleaning. Baking soda can remove mold and mildew buildup. This makes it best option for polishing stainless steel kitchen appliances and even shower curtains. As of 1972, baking soda gained attention and more people have used it for food preservation. As of the 21st century, the chemical and composition was produced in bulk. Around 2 million tons of volume per year is produced. It is shipped worldwide and is sold to the business and consumers for utility and productivity. Bicarbonate of soda has been deemed a miracle ingredient for many purposes, such as removing foul odors, eliminating pesticides, neutralizing fires, brushing teeth, cleaning, and so more. Baking soda is great for exfoliating and helps balance the acidities of one's skin. All baking soda experiments and projects can be thrilling yet still safe for children. Baking soda acts as a base with a pH level that is above 7.0, which helps give dirty clothes a deeper clean when washed. It is great for putting out a fire without being dangerous to its surroundings and is the main ingredient in fire extinguishers. Baking soda is favorable for scrubbing away tough plague stains on teeth. Many people suffer from acid reflux, which is when stomach acid goes back up to the esophagus from the stomach. This causes heartburn. The main element of baking soda is sodium bicarbonate, which acts as an antacid and relieves the feeling of acid reflux. We get to distinct many areas in our household that usually have foul odors. No one likes foul odors, and we can easily get rid of them through one compound. Bicarbonate of soda can remove odors. Because it is an alkali, baking soda acts as a cleaning agent. It dissolves dirt and oil greases easily. It is a non-toxic, pure and natural. You can use it sparingly, unlike many other household products. Today is also commemorated as Rizal Day. To commemorate the life and works of Jose Rizal, a national hero of Philippines in Philippines. And it is today is the anniversary of Rizal's execution in 1896 at Bagumbayan, Manila. He is credited with playing a key role in starting the revolution against the Spanish colonists. He was born in the town of Calamba, Rizal, and was a doctor and a novelist born on June 19, 1861. In his novel, Noli Me Tangere, published in 1887, he condemned the corrupt rule of Philippines by Spaniards. Many historians agree that the ideas he raised in the novel and El Filibustermiso, Reign of Greed, inspired the revolution. On December 30, 1896, Rizal was executed by firing squad at Bagumbayan Field. Though never took part in any fighting, he was arrested and tried for treason. The centenary of Rizal's death on December 30, 1996 included retracting Rizal's last steps from his cell at Fort Santiago to the execution site, following by a reenactment of his death and flag-raising ceremony. Today is also commemorated as National Resolution Planning Day in US. as we are getting a head start on setting goals for the next English New Year. And do you know that 1 in 3 people fail their New Year's resolutions in the first month, and only 10% people are successful at keeping their resolutions throughout the year? So most of the time, most of the resolutions fail. While there are many reasons for this, it is not necessary that you set and commit to your resolutions before the new year actually begins for a better chances at success. So nowadays, the trend is having no resolution is a resolution for new year. Anyway, there is no point in setting a resolution where resolutions are not successful or fulfilled, are able to keep up to the resolutions. Because see, anyway, this, especially this English New Year or the Gregorian calendar New Year, does not make any sense of a new year, because nothing changes, only the date changes. Apart from that, it is just a normal day. Neither the season changes, neither there is any change in the nature, neither there is any change in anyone for that matter. Any change that should bring is a new year, just simply a calendar. And it is also not that it is a first day of every calendar. It's just in the Gregorian calendar the date changes, and in Gregorian calendar it marks new year. Apart from that, nothing changes. That's why many resolutions also fails. Most of the time, 90% of the resolutions taken by the people fail, because there is no science, or there is no seriousness for that new year. And in fact, this new year celebrations is creating a lot of pollution and lot of resource wastage, food wastage, and synonymously nowadays, even New Year celebrations are synonymously known as Drunkard's Day, Drug Abuse Day, and Accidents Day, and also Alcohol Abuse Day, because these are the things that are happening. Even Human Rights Violation Day is also in the commemoration, because a lot of people, force people to drink, dance, and all sort of things, which are forcing them, compelling them to do. It's also falls under the violation of human rights. When that is also coming up, and there is a huge light pollution. And often we see the firecrackers that are burnt on the new year across the world, how much pollution it is creating for no reason. And across the world, there is a huge lighting that happens, and how much of electricity generated is wasted. Do you know energy to produce most of the energy that is produced, electricity is produced from the fossil fuels. That is, it itself, they are very limited, and it creates a lot of pollution as part of, and waste as part of, the generation of electricity. But a lot of energy, electricity is getting wasted on this new year, and no one talks about it. So all these, taking all these considerations, New Year celebrations have become a deterrent, has become a highly polluter event, and have become a killing event, and many more. I think New Year should be banned in the better interest of the coming future generations. If this same continues, then I think even God cannot save these people, because a lot of food is getting wasted, air pollution, light pollution, sound pollution, drug abuse. People's lives are lost in the accidents through drink and drive, and a lot of conflicts and killings that are happening, and conflicts that are happening in the influence of toxication, drugs, All these things are happening. So today is also commemorated as Festival of Enormous Changes at the last minute. So it is just to give a hope, whether an optimist or a pessimist, one thing stays the same. There is always time for change. As long as the life continues, there is no need for a day like a New Year day where you spoil all your, waste all your resources, precious time, uh, waking up in the midnight, eating up like devils and demons, having parties together. So anyway, just it's up to individual thing. But generally the practices of such things happen. So anyway, it's up to individual thing. We can only create awareness and educate. It's up to the individual choice. So today is also commemorated as Falling Needles Family Fest in US. This day reminds of the Christmas trees and recycle them instead of letting them and rot away. So this is one day, at least some good is happening now. Lot of deforestation, pollution, and we have created with the Christmas festival. Lot of Christmas trees, plastic, artificial and natural, and all those have been planted across shopping malls, houses, churches, and everywhere. Now, what we are going to do with the trees? We are going to dispose it. So it is going to create a lot of pollution and lot of wastage that needs to be handled, that needs to be safely disposed. So this day reminds us to clean up the Christmas trees and recycle them. Christmas is pretty important celebration, so naturally everyone pulls out all the stops. And live Christmas trees are usually the centerpiece of the decorations in a lot of people's houses. So what happens to the Christmas tree after Christmas is over? Lights and tinsel can go into storage until next year, but real trees will need to be disposed of safely. The best way to clean up your live tree is to make sure it gets recycled. So Falling Needles Family Fest Day in US is one of the many holidays by the special day inventing by Thomas and Ruth Roy. Christmas trees became popular in America around 1700. It was not mentioned in any Bible, neither it was part of the Santa Claus and Christmas tree, and various other things are not mentioned in the Bible. They have, as part of the business and various other things, these were introduced in between, which have become the most unsustainable ways of celebrating Christmas. Instead of, creating more good, it is creating more harm, not only to people, but also to the nature and the environment and also the planet. So Christmas trees became popular in America around 1700 and have become a symbol of Christmas around the country. Private homes, public spaces alike are decorated with Christmas trees as soon as the season rolls around. Live Christmas trees are more environmental friendly than fake trees because they are biodegradable. And there's nothing like the smell of pine to remind you that the season of cheer has arrived. You can't sip on cocoa in front of a plastic tree and feel like it's the season to be jolly. And again, there are a lot of toxins and allergies that is caused by the Christmas tree, as it is highly vulnerable to the pest, and a lot of pest management is required. But most important thing is ensure that your live tree returns to the environment to make sure it gets recycled and doesn't end up filling landfill and becomes part of enormous amount of wastage generated during the Christmas season. It takes a lot of time to, though it is biodegradable, it takes many years to get degraded. If you happens to have tree with roots still attached, you could plant in your backyard. This is one best way so that you can use even a Christmas tree for the next time. And this is even better than a plastic tree because you will be able to bring it inside from the garden in the next time for next Christmas. Live trees are recycled, but artificial trees are not, unless and until you are planning to reuse the same tree every year. They are also have a lifespan of about 6 years before you need a new one. So you can use it again and again. Do not use Christmas tree firewood inside because of the oils, but use it in fire pits outdoors. It can be harmful if you use Christmas trees as firewood. Many communities and organizations offer door-to-door pickups of live Christmas trees for recycling so that you don't have to drive. But this facility is not available in every country, every place. Make sure whenever you are buying a Christmas tree, before buying itself, you plan how you are going to recycle your Christmas tree. So take all the decorations off, make sure it is in more or less same condition you brought it in before recycling. Work within your community to make sure everyone commits to recycling their trees instead of disposing them everywhere. Most communities offer a pickup used by Christmas trees for recycling, so call yours right away. If there is no recycling facility, you form a group and organize a recycling facility where you can collect all the Christmas trees and recycle it in a proper environment-friendly way. So it is also very much important that when you are celebrating with Christmas tree, then it is your responsibility to make sure that tree is also disposed properly and you have a facility for recycling the tree. If you don't have a facility, then better don't buy a tree and celebrate and create a lot of waste and spoil the environment. There are 3 tree farms in all states, like in US, Oregon, Washington, New York, and Virginia, which are the top producers of Christmas trees. And they are just easier to transport by helicopter sometimes, sometimes they are getting airlifted. So 93% of the people recycle their trees where there is a recycle facility. But where there is no recycling facility, most of the people discard and trees end up on landfills, creating pollution and degradation of soil. And no one wants to be a person with dying Christmas trees in their houses after January, or a dying Christmas tree in your lane or in your community, because it is also seen as a bad luck or bad omen. So if you are buying a tree, make sure you take care of the tree. If you cannot handle that, then better don't buy a tree. You can use one plastic tree and use it every time. For every festival, you can save it and use it every time. So how you can recycle? They can be converted to wood chips, mulch, and feed for animals, among other things. But make sure it is not for every animal. See, most of the animals don't eat Christmas trees. And it can disturb their digestive system, digestive organs, and create a new problem for us. So with this, we shall end today's commemorations. Thank you everyone for joining us. And see you all tomorrow. Take care. Good night. Before leaving, we request everyone to quickly fill up the feedback form. So thank you everyone for joining us. See you all tomorrow. Take care. Good night.